Hi, in this episode of Fatherhood 101, we're talking about teenagers and driving in the 21st century. This video is dedicated to Nathan, a student of mine who died too young in a car accident. I have often encouraged parents to broaden the boundaries of their teens and provide opportunities to experience a multitude of events and stuff during their high school years. Dual enrollments, employment, various sporting activities, academic clubs, youth groups, music, and so on. However, driving in 2023 and beyond is a much more challenging deal, given the higher levels of traffic and temptations than when you and I were teenagers. Parents in each family need to carefully and prayerfully consider how and whether to transition each teen to driving as soon as they reach legal driving age. The path forward should depend on the balance of finances and the need of independence, as well as the abilities of each teen to handle a 2,000-pound killing machine and the specific risks presented by the common routes the teen would be expected to drive through without incident. Count the cost carefully and soberly and consider whether the newfound teen and parental independence is worth the additional expenses, which are typically $1,000 to $5,000 per year, and when you accurately account for the expenses.
Shout Jesus from the mountains, and Jesus in the streets, Jesus in the darkness over every enemy, Jesus for my family, I speak the holy name.
If you do confer driving privileges to a teen, I recommend a short leash. Not so much in terms of how far you let them drive, but in terms of letting you know where they are and what they're doing. Keeping in mind that parents bear complete financial, legal, and moral accountability for what their minor children do on the road, I recommend immediate suspension of driving privileges for a significant duration, I'm talking weeks to months, in the following circumstances. 1. Tickets are at-fault accidents, and determine the fault as ruled by the police or the insurance company, not from the rose-colored perspective of the teenager. 2. Certain destructive behaviors, regardless of when and where they're committed. Sex, porn, drugs, booze, dishonesty. The biblical principle here is that those who are not faithful in little will not be faithful in much. Do not entrust the 2,000-pound killing machine to a teen who has transgressed parental and likely legal boundaries in the above areas. Take both the keys and the driver's license. 3. Bad company corrupts good character. Using the vehicle to see unapproved people, to go to unapproved places, or to participate in unapproved activities is a bad sign. Having unapproved peers in the car is a bad sign. Take the keys and take the license. 4. Disrespect for parental authority or dishonoring of either parent, teachers, coaches, or police. If they disrespect or dishonor parents to your face with cursing, rebellion, or lying, how can you expect them to honor your training, your boundaries, and the laws of the land when they are miles away operating without your oversight in the vehicle? 5. Texting while driving or other destructive electronic behaviors. Take the keys, take the license. In times past, checking the odometer was a standard parental means to check on teen driving, and my dad would come and check on where we were supposed to be in person if we were late returning home or otherwise aroused his suspicions. Parents do well to pay attention to their radar for these things. My parents missed a few things, but they were right every time when their radar told them to check. These days, various technologies allow parents to keep tabs on where the teen's car or where the teen's phone is located. It's up to each set of parents how they ensure teen compliance with the tremendous responsibilities of driving. But your teen should know you care and you're paying close attention. Regardless of how many of the car expenses the teen is paying, the financial and legal liabilities of accidents and criminal behavior belong to the parents alone. So the teen's apparent financial responsibility should pale in comparison with the 5 issues discussed above. Taking the keys requires a backup plan if the independence of driving has become integrated into essential activities such as dual enrollment college courses, employment, and so on. Wily teens can turn this into a game of chicken when they know the parents are not keen on alternatives to allowing them to drive for good reasons. Yet the 5 reasons above for taking the license and the keys are too serious to ignore. And if those issues are going on, parents usually have no way of knowing for sure whether the car is only really being used to go directly to school and back over a period of weeks or months. The better plan is to let your teens know ahead of time that you will take the keys and the license. If it's necessary for you to resume your taxi duties and or for them to take the grounding time off of work or sports or other extracurriculars or to ride their bike or whatever, then that is what they choose when they chose to disobey in one of the 5 areas outlined above. Your teen should never doubt your resolve in their little game of chicken. If you lose the game of chicken, you lose your children. Don't be afraid of your children. Above all, pray for the safety and well-being of your teens so that they may avoid both driving disasters as well as the 5 issues outlined above. But if God has answered no to your prayers, consider what God may be saying to you in the circumstance, and remember that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result.
Tell me, do you care to obey?
Hi. From 2016 to 2022, I've never asked for contributions and none of my platforms are monetized. I'm generally more favorable to giving to widows and orphans than to giving to preachers. The Holy Spirit has spoken to me. Jesus cares about the girls in these homes. I just completed Christian leadership training with Dr. Mark Rutland, who founded Global Servants. I've reviewed their financials, and I am impressed both with their accountability and the large proportion of contributions directly supporting their girls in Ghana and Thailand. Please visit their website, globalservants.org, and pray about giving to these girls through them.
Tell me, do you care to obey? The good life is the land where the big grapes grow, milk and honey flow, from the morning till the night, and everybody's singing to Jesus. Yeah, the good life is the land where the big grapes grow, milk and honey flow, from the morning till the night, and everybody's singing to Jesus. Oh, I love Jesus. La 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 la. I love Jesus.